Well, they certainly don't look like this for too long. This machine's done about 200 hours work and will probably soon be requiring some spare parts. My name's Nigel Church. I'm a trainer for Cutting Edge Training, a division of Ransom's Jacobson, and we're going to talk about in the next little bit the need for parts, genuine or non-genuine. That's the question. So we brought the machine into the workshop and now we're going to look at replacing some components. Obviously the fast wear items on any cylinder mower, whether it be from our Ransom's product range or our Jacobson product range, is the bottom blade. The bit that's on the bottom of the cutting unit, the cylinder is crossing it, and that's where we're getting our cutting action. So what we're going to look at next is how we take a piece of steel like this and convert it into a genuine quality bottom blade that's going to give you maximum performance out of your cutting machine. Then, following the process through, we come to the cylinder itself. The processes that are carried out here at the Ipswich facility are exactly the same as the Charlotte facility in North America for the Jacobson product. And we'll show you how we take these components here and build it into a cutting assembly as you see here. So let's take a look at how these cutting cylinders are made. The material for the spiral blades is fed through a rolling mill to give it the curvature required, depending on the diameter and number of blades required in the cylinder. Using a dummy spindle, collars are now fitted to it and the spiral blades are clamped into place for welding. After the welding process, the spindle is removed and we are left with a cage of spiral blades and collars. The heat treating process then follows, whereby initially the cylinder cage is hardened and then the following process enables the cylinder to be stress relieved from the welding processes. Now, to clean it up, it is shot blasted. Following the shot blasting process, the spindle is fitted. Once fitted with the spindle, the cylinder is checked for concentricity. The cutting cylinder assembly will now go through a washing process to ensure all contaminants and debris are moved. Following this, it's passed on to the paint spray area where it's electrostatically powder coat painted. On completion of the paint process, the cylinders are then spun ground. The final wash and clean up and the cylinders are put into heavy-duty cardboard boxes ready for dispatch to you, the customer. The Ransom's bottom blade is made to a very high standard using the Vickers hardness test. It's multi-spindle drilled so that we have the holes in the correct position for a first-time fit. It is then ground, packed as a spare part and shipped out. A quick check on the machine shows that we actually need some parts already, and using this straight edge here I can put it across the front of the cutting units and it immediately shows me that the left hand unit has had some sort of impact and is bent in a rearwards position. That is because the pivot shaft here, this is this component which goes into this area here, has bent. And that's what it's meant to do to protect other components on the machine from serious damage and cost to you, the customer. A non-genuine pivot shaft may be harder, may be stronger. If it doesn't bend, like this one is designed to bend, then we end up transferring load to other components. It may well be the pivot casting that sits on top of the cutting unit. So instead of the pin bending, this then cracks and breaks. A much more costly repair bill. If a non-genuine pivot casting is used and that doesn't break and the pivot shaft, which is non-genuine, doesn't bend, we then transfer the load to the lift arm. The lift arm is obviously a much more expensive component. So all the time that we're doing this and buying supposedly less cost components, we are actually potentially raising our running costs of this machine. use of genuine parts which are designed to work together and carry out their necessary processes is far more cost effective. Thank you for watching, and I hope you can see some of the benefits of buying genuine parts.